...2008 Diamond Edition Custom Auto. In 2008, for celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hot Wheels decided to make the Diamond Cricket Custom Auto. This car managed to sell for over $140,000. I will put the link down below where they talk about the car in detail. Hot Wheels, world's smallest.
World's smallest Hot Wheels. These are miniaturized castings of some of the more popular cars and are fully functionable, and no larger than a quarter. They come in a retro blister card and a display pack. So far there are 2 mixes planned.
Ping VW Beach Bomb. The Volkswagen Beach Bomb is one of the most expensive Hot Wheels cars of all time. It's even expensive than Diamond Cricket Custom Auto. You're probably thinking, why is it so expensive? Well, you see, back in the Red Line era, Hot Wheels want to make a Hot Wheels car that appeals to the female audience. So Hot Wheels decided to paint the car hot pink to appeal to the female audience. Hot Wheels not really make lots of pink cars, so that's why the VW Beach Bomb is very expensive. The VW Beach Bomb managed to sell for $150,000. Power Rage in Battle Force 5. In Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, primarily in the first episode, you can see Vert Wheeler, yes, that Vert Wheeler, using Power Rage before the car got turned into Saber. I think the reason why a Vert Wheeler using Power Rage instead of using the Diora 2, I think the reason is because Vert Wheeler decided to buy the Power Rage. I don't know, the car is mass produced in their universe, but yeah, a cool Easter egg. Also, history facts, I never watched Hot Wheels Accelerator or Highway 35, so I think after I make this iceberg, I'm going to watch those 2 movie or 5 movie. Handheld port. This entry is referring to a Hot Wheels game that I have a handheld port. You see, back in the day, before Nintendo's Switch release, handheld system is not really that powerful to run all this console game. So that's why the Nintendo DS version of the Sonic Color is very different to a Nintendo's Wii version of the Sonic Color. But today we're not going to talk about Sonic Color, because today we're going to talk about handheld version of Hot Wheels game. This type of game always made by a different team than its bigger counterpart. I'm not going to talk about all game, but I'm going to talk about 3 games. Hot Wheels Velocity X GBA version, Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge GBA version, Hot Wheels Beat That Nintendo DS version. Red Baron with white interior.
Some 1970 Red Barons have been found with a white interior instead of the normal black interior. These are very rare and only a handful are known to exist. They have been found with a completely blank base or with the copyright information found on the regular release. It is unknown whether these were a pre-production prototype or a very small production run. Michael Zarnock's Warman's Hot Wheels Field Guide, 3rd edition, Values and Identification, notes the car as the 5th rarest Hot Wheel to date, with an estimated value of $3,000 or more. So far, no Red Barons with a white interior have been found in the original packaging. Note, the Red Baron has been re-released with a white interior and these are not worth the above stated value.
Cheetah.
The first prints of the Python were very much a case of looking before you leap. The Python was one of the first Hot Wheels produced, and in their haste, they didn't secure the rights to the name, Cheetah, before they produced the cars. As it turns out, the name Cheetah was already in use, and Hot Wheels had to quickly pivot to the new, and more common, model name Python. The name cheetah can be found on the basis of a rare few of the first printed pythons, making them worth a monumental sum. Some of these cheetah prototypes made it into the wild and people have found them among their collections. The cheetah-based pythons were most often made in Hong Kong and can be worth up to an incredible $10,000.
Blue Rodger Dodger.
When we were researching this car in more depth, we found it strange that the Hot Wheels wiki doesn't mention it in blue, but all other sources say this car is legit. The most common version of this rather scarce car comes in plum, and then is followed in rarity by the plum paint with a white interior. Both are pretty rare, but they don't hold a candle to the blue version of this flaming die-cast monster. Sure, if it was a real car you would never be able to see over the engine, but as a Hot Wheels, this thing is stunning. If you happen to have the old-school blue Rodger Dodger, well, the highest sale we know of was back in 2011. Someone spent an insane $8,000 to get their hands on a 1974 blue Rodger Dodger on card.
Tscherne wheel. In 2000, Mattel started to collaborate with Bandai to create the series called Tscherne wheel, exclusively made for Japanese market. The series was first introduced in 2000 and ran all the way to 2004. The vehicle in this series is based off the popular TV show and movie in Japan at that time. Car with the same name. Sometimes Hot Wheels car can have the same name. Race Crews already make a video for this type of topic, so go watch it. But I have a 2 example or 5 example if you count all the cars that have the same name. First you have River, first introduced in 2005 as part of the Hot Wheels Accelerator series. And then in 2010, Hot Wheels Battle Force 5 released, and one of the cars in Battle Force 5 is called River. I don't know why not just call it River 2, but that's just weird. Here's 3 more cars that uses the same name. Mobile game. Hot Wheels released 7 mobile games for Android and iOS, and 3 of those mobile games you cannot download it anymore. Modified variant. This entry is referring to the modified variant of the already existing Hot Wheels car. Sadly, I only have 2 samples for this car. We have more Hot Wheels cars like this, but sadly I only have 2 examples. River, Hyper Truck, Shredster, Shredded. If you know more Hot Wheels car like this, can you please tell me in the comment? Exclusive McDonald car. This entry is referring to lots of McDonald cars only released as a McDonald car. They never released as a regular mainline car. They just released as a McDonald car. The most unfortunate example are this one right here. Double Cross. This car look like a love child of Speed Blaster and Splendid Image 2. Another example are Let's Splat. I hope I pronounced that right. This car look like a what if Purple Fashion got a sequel like the Diora 2 and Twin Mill 2. Corgi. Corgi is a British toy company that made die-cast cars like Hot Wheels. The company was first founded in 1956 and is still making a car to this day. You're probably thinking, what does Corgi have to do with Hot Wheels? Sure, they both make a die-cast car, and they both still making car. So what does Corgi have to do with Hot Wheels? Well, you see, in 1989, Metal Company, a company I assume were the parent company of Corgi, sold the Corgi brand to the Hot Wheels. And then after that, Hot Wheels started to re-release Corgi car as a Hot Wheels car. Also, I forgot to say, a little car already made a history for Corgi. Go watch it, okay? So yeah guys, that's it for the tier 3 of the iceberg. Let's move on to the tier 4 of the iceberg. Rod. Ripper Rod is whatever the hell is this? Ripper Rod is basically rip rod around its wheel. I will leave you a link where they talk about this car in detail. The Hot Import Night.
The Hot Import Knights Hin and Hindi Force series were two series of 150 scale cars produced by Hot Wheels in 2004 in cooperation with the car show company Hot Import Knights. Each series consisted of 4 castings, and each casting was released in 3 colors. Hot Import Knights produces awesome automotive events featuring the hottest music, models, and cars, and providing the ultimate entertainment from the cutting edge of the car culture, tuners and drifters.
Hot Wheel Fatback.
Fatbacks was a series, which debuted 2004 in the first edition series. All 10 different cars has giant rear wheels and tiny front wheels, resembling a dragster. The cars were wedge-shaped with mostly exaggerated engines. The series is usually considered a commercial failure.
Hot Wheel Kill Infinite Loop. This entry is referring to Hot Wheel Infinite Loop getting deleted in App Store and Google Play Store. You can no longer download this game anymore. If you still have the game installed on your phone, don't delete it. Well, you're probably thinking, why does Mattel decide to kill Hot Wheel Infinite Loop? Well, pretty simple actually. Well, you see, Hot Wheel want to focus on making Hot Wheel ID. Even though Hot Wheel shouldn't just support both the game at the same time. Rumbler.
Hot Wheels Rumblers was a short-lived series of Hot Wheels cars produced from 2007 to 2008. The selling point of the cars was their lights and sound gimmick. As the cars were rolled along, something in the car would flash and light up and rock around, usually an engine, as the cars made noise. The wheels of the cars could also be pushed to trigger additional sound effects. Each model is slightly bigger than a standard Hot Wheels car and uses 3 LR44 button cell batteries for the sound effects. A switch on the bottom could be used to turn on and off the sound functionality. Despite being bigger, Rumblers cars are compatible with Hot Wheels track. Batteries are not required to play with the cars themselves as the rocking elements are mechanical. The 2007 castings were reused from the previous Hot Wheels Speed Raiders line from about 2006, while the 2008 castings were all new. The series was not successful and none were manufactured after 2008. This series is not to be confused with the Rumblers series from the Redline era.
Flash game. Hot Wheel have lots of flash game. Some of them even released before Hot Wheel Highway 35 and SR Racer. Most of the flash game are lost media, but it's still lots of Hot Wheel game you can still play to this day. First video game. The first Hot Wheel game is released in 1984 for Commodore 64. Created by Eddie Gorman, the game is basically a minigame collection with a couple of minigames. The main inspiration for this game are City playset. Also, visual effects, this is the only Hot Wheel minigame collection, because in the future game Hot Wheels decided to just focus on racing. Hot Wheel Micro. I cannot find a lot of information for this entry, but basically, back in 1980 to 1990, to compete with Gulu Micro Machine, Mattel decided to create this series called Hot Wheel Micro. The series got 3 spin-offs: Hot Wheel Micro Color Changer, Planet Micro, and Atomic. Final Run.
The Hot Wheels Final Run was a series that started in 1999 for retiring Hot Wheels models. The series has been inactive since 2005.
Crack Up.
Crack Ups was a line of Hot Wheels that was produced from 1985 to 1987. The casting's main feature was a revolving panel that, when crashed, spin around to show a large simulated dent on a specific part of the vehicle.
initially AEA6. For some reason I cannot find lots of information for this car, but basically this is the Japan exclusive car that only released for Japan. Basically how you get this car is you have to field a game, I don't know what game is it, but you will come with this car. Or maybe the car is come in a magazine, you will get the car if you get a magazine. Also, I forgot to say, this car is very expensive. I remember seeing this car selling on eBay for $400. Food product. Just like any franchise that targeted to a younger demographic, Hot Wheels also have a food product. Of course, the most well-known this one are Hot Wheels Happy Meal toy. But here's some more Hot Wheels food product that I found in the internet. Also, visual effects. While researching this video, the blue car in Hot Wheels Pop-Tart box art is Nissan 300ZX. Now we all know in 2007 and 2008, we don't have Nissan 200Z casting in that time. Crasher.
Crashers was a line of Hot Wheels released in 1999 and 2000, featuring vehicles designed to crash when hit in a certain way, and be easily fixed or reset to an undamaged state, similar to the older Crack-Ups line.
Hot Wheels Atomic.
Hot Wheels Atomics were micro-sized versions of regular Hot Wheels that were produced between 2002 and 2005. They were similar to the earlier Planet Micro series. In 2003 they also appeared to be included in some 2003 mainlines.
Ford Focus 2001.
Hello, Matthew. Have you seen the one Christ on a bike? That is beautiful. I liked the stock spoiler, but look at that! Look at it! Can I get like 6 of those? All of my cars. I want all of my cars to.
Hot Wheels 100%. First introduced in 1999 and ran all the way to 2008. Hot Wheels 100% is basically Hot Wheels premium car, but 3 times more detail. It kinda sad the series got discontinued in 2008. And also, forgot to say, they also make a multiple size for this series. Mega Block. This entry is referring to Hot Wheels Mega Block set. If you don't know, Mega Block is basically Lego but a little bit creative when it comes to a set. The example of this set are Halo set and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. But anyway, Mega Block make lots of Hot Wheels playsets. Some of them even released to this day. Crasher 2007.
Not to be confused with the Crashers and Crashers 2 from 1999 and 2000. Unlike the original Crashers series that feature all metal casting, this series of crashable cars are all plastic body base. Upon hitting anything, the cars would activate a spring that would flip the body off the base, creating a crashed car.
Drop Top.
The drop tops were introduced in 2005 as flattened, cartoon-like versions of various vehicles. These cars are known to perform well on track sets as they benefit from their low center of gravity. Re-releases of drop tops vehicles have been somewhat limited.
Mutant Machine. Now how even start this one? Well, Mutant Machine is a series of cars that first introduced in 2014 and I think only released in 2014. And the main gimmick for this car is this car have slinky body like Slinky Dog. The other feature in Mutant Machine is you can connect the car into another car. memorabilia. This entry is pretty simple actually. Hot Wheels make lots of memorabilia based on his toy. The example are frisbee, backpack, poker card, watch, a hat, t-shirt, and more. Book. This entry is also pretty simple. You see, just like any franchise targeted to younger demographic, Hot Wheels of course make lots of books based off its popular toy car. Information for this book is very scarce. Hot Wheels make collector book, coloring book, activity book, and more. Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2002, Yu-Gi-Oh! Decided to collaborate with Hot Wheels to create Yu-Gi-Oh! Hot Wheels car. There is not much to say on this entry, so yeah, cool I guess. Tscherne. Tscherne is a Hot Wheels designer that first designed Hot Wheels car in 1998 and all the way to 2004. The reason why I put this entry on this iceberg because Eric is the designer for a lot of my favorite Hot Wheels cars of all time. This guy designed Muscle Tone, MSC Suzuka, Super Tune, Showstopper, so 40 something, MX48 Turbo, Spec Type, Power Rage, and more. This guy is basically my hero. I will leave you the wiki fandom article where they talk about this guy in detail. Hot Wheels Velocity X trailer. For end this tier 3 of the iceberg, I will show you Hot Wheels Velocity X trailer that I think released here before Hot Wheels Velocity X release.